Hey guys, it's Matt, and today is gonna be a book haul because I just got back from the post office, and Book Outlet came the fuck through in like 2 days, and I got like 20 something books for really, really cheap. However, I don't actually remember all of what I ordered, so I might not be able to talk about some of the summaries of some of the books that are in here. But without further ado, let's get started. First up, we have got The Dragon Reborn by Robert Jordan. This is the third book in the Wheel of Time, and these are the only covers that are actually nice. So I'm trying to collect them all. And at this point, I think I've got four in total now. Oh, never mind. Make that five in total now. We've got Crossroads of Twilight, which is book 10. And this is just a great series. I feel like most people know about it. It is a little tropey in the first book. It's like very, very Tolkien-esque, I guess. And I had a really hard time getting into book two. But then after that, I absolutely flew through the series. I read like the other 12 books in, I think, like a month and a half, something like that. So it's a great series. I highly recommend it. Oh, and I actually just finished New Spring, the prequel, and I really liked that. It was a good story, and I honestly wasn't expecting much, but I really liked seeing how Moraine and Lan met, and it had my favorite character in it. So there's that. Next, oh, cool. Next up, we have The Emperor's Blades, and this little ketrel in the back. The way that it's drawn, it reminds me of the big like stronghold in the game Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice. I'll see if I can insert a picture here, but yeah, it just reminded me of that, and that's my favorite game. And again, that game is amazing. It's just such a great experience, and I feel like it really helps maybe like the family members of people who suffer from psychosis to really understand what people with psychosis are going through. So I feel like it's an important game too because it really teaches people about what it's like. Next we have The Golem's Eye from the Bartimaeus trilogy, or maybe it's Bartimaeus. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. I think it's Bartimaeus actually in the audiobooks. But yeah, I've got the Amulet of Samarkand here somewhere over here. So now I just need, I think, two more. Next we have The Soul of the World. Now, this is a book that I listened to probably about 60-70% of it. And then I just kind of got distracted by other things and never really picked it up again. But I think I'm going to try and reread this because it was quite interesting the way that the magic system worked. However, it is a debut, and I think that kind of shows because it is a little weak in some areas. Yay! Okay. Now, for the last thing in this box, we have Reaper's Gale by Steven Erikson. I am the biggest Steven Erikson fanboy. I now have all of the books except for book 3. And this just makes me so happy. This is such an amazing series. Talking about it makes me like beyond happy. And if any of you want to talk to me about the Malazan books, please do, because I need some Malazan friends. Anyway, Reaper's Gale is book 7, and it is the best book in the series, along with book 2 on your first read, because of the emotional impact of book 2, and book 3 on your rereads, because book 3 is frankly more epic than book 2. But this book is so good. It's the best of the series, in my opinion, because you see all three kind of storylines converge for the first time. And this book broke me. There's a scene in it. It's literally only 3 pages long, but I was sobbing. I sobbed so hard that I vomited, and that's so embarrassing to say, but I was literally broken for like a good month after reading that scene. I was like in a little dark place because of it. But I mean, that's how you know someone can write, is when they can evoke that kind of emotion in you, you know? So, for the next box. Ooh, this isn't the right size, sadly. But I have The Pilgrims by Will Elliott. This is a book that I think I own on my Kobo, actually, but I don't think I ever read it. I think I only got maybe like 20% in. But I saw that they had the full trilogy on Book Outlet, so I think I bought all of them. I think. We shall see. Next up we have The Price of War by Daniel Abraham, right? And this is one of the books in the Long Price Quartet, I believe. But I really don't know much more about it. I think I started the first book in that series, but again, I didn't get very far because I'm easily distracted and I read like 7 books at a time. Next, we have the song Last Song Before Night. I bought this purely for its beautiful cover. I really, really like it. Trico, I know that you love boxes, but let's not do that while we're filming, okay? Okay? But yeah, it has an absolutely gorgeous cover, and I know absolutely nothing about it. So, moving on. Next. We have Air and Darkness by David Drake. I kind of like the cover. The back of it seemed interesting, even though this is, I think, the 3rd book in the series. But I picked it up anyway because it was like $2. Ooh, nice. We've got another Bartimaeus book. So I think now I'm just missing one. We have the Legends of Eli Monpress. Now, this is an interesting series. The kind of premise of the magic system seems very, like, almost juvenile to me. Basically, the wizards in this world are able to talk to any object. So they can talk to doors and talk the door into unlocking itself if you're trapped in a dungeon. Things like that. And so the people are always like bantering with inanimate objects, kind of. And it was weird. But I actually ended up really, really liking the series. It's really, really light in tone. Like, they don't swear, I don't think, even once. But yeah, it was an interesting read. And I think I have... Yeah. Nope, that's not it. I own The Spirit War, which I think is the penultimate book in the series. So I think I need to finish this book, and then I'll just move on to the last one. Whew. We are getting there. Not too many left. Now we have Spellbreaker by Blake Carlton. And this book, I think I've read. About Nicodemus, right? Oh, no. This book is about his daughter. Because this is, I think, a trilogy. And this is a book set after the trilogy, maybe? Correct me if I'm wrong. And it's about his daughter. I actually think I liked this one the most. And you can totally start with this book if you want to. In fact, I recommend it. I didn't like the first book. Oh, I lied. There actually are a lot more.
Surprise, bitch. I bet you thought you'd seen the last of me.
Next we have The Forgetting Moon. I just really like the cover of this. It's a really big, chunky book, and for me, the bigger the better. It was super cheap, and so I bought it. I know absolutely nothing about it, but it's a good 750 pages of just epic fantasy, and I can't wait. I am excited. I am stoked for this. Let me just read it real quick, and I will try and summarize. Welcome to the Five Isles, where war has come in the name of the invading army of Sor Sevier, a merciless host driven by the prophetic fervor of the angel prince Eros toward the last unconquered kingdom of Gulkana. Yet Galt, one of the elite knights archaic of Sor Sevier, is growing disillusioned by the crusade he is at the vanguard of, just as it embarks on his lord Eros's greatest triumph. While the eldest son of the fallen king of Gulkana now reigns in ever-increasing paranoid isolationism, his two sisters seek their own paths. Jondrelin, the eldest sister, who is renowned for her beauty, only desires to prove her worth as a warrior, while Tala, the younger sister, has uncovered a secret that may not only destroy her family, but the entire kingdom. Then there's Hawkwood, the assassin sent to kill Jondrelin. That's a hard name to say. Jondrelin, but who instead falls in love with her and trains her in his deadly art. I love assassins, and I love seeing assassins be trained. All are led further into dangerous conspiracies within the court. And hidden at the edge of Gulkana is Nail, the orphan taken by the enigmatic Shadowcroft to the remote whaling village of Gallows Haven, the young man who may hold the link to the salvation of the entire Five Isles. You may think you know the story, but everyone is not who they seem, nor do they fit the roles you expect. Durfee has created an epic fantasy full of hope in a world based on lies. That sounds pretty epic, right? This sounds good, like really good. I think I'm actually going to start this like later today. Oh, and it's a debut. That gives me pause a little bit, but also like The Poppy War was a debut, and it's one of my favorite books of all time now. So I have high hopes with slight reservations. But I will definitely review this when I finish it. Next, yay, I'm excited. Ooh, is this the right edition? I think it is. Next, we have The Lions of Al-Rassan by Guy Gavriel Kay. And my Guy Gavriel Kay collection is this right here. And so now I have another one. Next up, we have Spiderlight by Adrian Tchaikovsky. I read a couple books in his Shadow of the Apt series. I actually would like to really continue it. And I tried reading his book, The Wolf and the Tiger, and I didn't get that far into it. I didn't really enjoy it, so I returned it, but now I kind of regret that because I want to give it another try because people really, really like it. I know absolutely nothing about this. Now we have Clariel by Garth Nix. I have... Yeah, these are two Aborson books right there. I really like the Aborson trilogy, and I'm kind of glad that he's added on to it now. Ooh, look, this looks like Dubrovnik, Croatia, where King's Landing is filmed for Game of Thrones. I absolutely love Dubrovnik. It's my favorite place on Earth, along with Fiji. They are both such beautiful locations. That's cool. I actually really like that that's on the cover. I also got Flamecaster by Cinda Williams Chima. I actually just got this on Audible too, like the other day, and I was reading it, and I wasn't really enjoying it, but I really, really did like her first series set in this world. I think I own it, but I mean, who knows? Who knows? There are too many books here. But I did really like that series, and so I do want to give this another try. And I'll probably read it physically this time because I wasn't a fan of the narrator, and I think that might have been the reason why. Still a decent number of books left. I got The Novice, the first book in the Summoner series by Taran Matharu. Honestly, this is a horrible cover. I absolutely hate it, but it's recommended to me on Audible like 24/7, and I don't know, it was cheap, so I figured I'd get it. Next, I got Black Wolves by Kate Elliott. I know that people absolutely love this book. I have heard a lot of people raving about it. I just know that it is a epic fantasy set in an Asian-inspired world, and that's about all I know. An exiled captain returns to help the son of the king who died under his protection in this rich and multi-layered first book in an action-packed new series. That is about all that I remembered. Also, this is weird, but this book is heavy. Like, it's not a huge book. It's just paper, but this is like a heavy book. Like, I feel like my cat weighs like the same amount. Weird. Okay, almost done. Now we have A Plague of Swords by Miles Cameron. So this is book 4 in the Trader's Sun cycle. So I am on book 5, but this is now the only one that I own by him physically, because I listened to the others. Now we've got World's End by Will Elliott. This is by the guy who had that book, The Pilgrims, that I said was in a smaller edition. It also has a really gorgeous cover, and I'm impulsive, so I got it. 2 more books. I got Snakewood by Adrian Selby. This book was popping up everywhere. People were reviewing it quite frequently, at least where I saw. And on Audible, it was always being pushed on me. And it was cheap. I got it. That's the story with most of these. So, okay, and finally, the moment that you've all been waiting for, aka this video to end, the last book is A Conspiracy of Ravens by Leela Bowen. I am currently about, I think, halfway through book 1 of her series, which is Wake of Vultures. We had a little book avalanche, so there's that. But yeah, I am about halfway through book 1, which is Wake of Vultures, and I'm really enjoying it so far. And the narration is by Robin Miles, who narrated the Broken Earth trilogy, which is my second, maybe third favorite series ever. And I absolutely love Robin Miles. She's my favorite narrator, along with Angela Masters, who narrates A Crown for Cold Silver, along with some Carol Berg books and whatnot. But they're my 2 favorites. So I picked up book 2 because they had it on Book Outlet, and book 1 wasn't available because they sold out like right before I placed my order. So there we go. That was such a lame ending. But there you have it, guys. I got a bunch of books. Oh, there's one more book. I also got Age of Assassins by R.J. Barker, but I asked a homeless man for a cigarette, and we started talking, and he was really nice, and so I gave him Age of Assassins. But real quick, we're just going to count how many items I got in total. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25 books. So I got 25 books, and that cost me $130, which really ain't bad. That is not bad at all. Some of these books were $2. The most expensive one I got was $8.50. So yeah, all in all, I'm really happy with that book haul. I might actually end up filming this again. Who knows if you'll see this footage right now. But I might split it up into two parts because it is massive. I think this has been recording for like way too long. So I am going to say peace out. And so is Trico. Trico says bye. Bye, guys. Anyway, have a good one.